Yes, indeed, folks, you're listening to Blue Please right here on cynicalbrit.com. Myself, Total Biscuit. We're going to end up talking about that bloody winged lion, aren't we? Just... why not? I mean, what can we say? Really, not a huge amount has actually happened this week. So, well, you know, you can just go and look at MMO Champion to find out that this week's been relatively quiet. It's like, there has been a preview of the worst-looking set ever, I might add. Hunter's repeatedly getting the shaft on everything. Not to mention, Tier 12 Hunter looks utterly stupid. I am so sorry, Hunters. I am so very sorry that you had to see that. It's so dumb. I want to block off my peripheral vision. I am a ranged class. I don't need one of those eyes. It's worse than having these stalker sets. Like, I'm going to stalk this dragon. I'm in bright purple gear, because as you are well aware, dragons are colorblind. I mean, what else is there to talk about? The fact that Ragnaros has already been downed on the PTR, yes. That's predictable. And we saw that coming a mile away. Hell, you know, we downed all of the bosses, if I recall correctly, on the beta as well, with the exception of Sinestra. So, once again, not really a big deal. Bunch of hot fixes. Doesn't really matter. Dev Waterghoul on talent trees. There's just so little that's actually happened this week. Oh yes, there's a new Raw remote. Very, very important. /Raw. Shocking, I know. But yes, the big news this week is that the Winged Guardian arrives in the pet store costing $25 20 euros and 17 pounds. Okay, I suppose we can be happy for one thing that they didn't overcharge Europeans, which is something that Steam seems to insist on doing. Aside from that, nothing has really happened. Not at all. Aside from the fact that, hey, BlizzCon saw that again, then they said, oh, we accidentally found ourselves a new batch of tickets, as I recall, saying I think they were going to sell them on June the 8th, if I remember correctly. I have to double-check that one, I don't want to disappoint anybody. June 8th, BlizzCon, let's see. Yes, yes, that's benefits tickets. So you can get into BlizzCon with it, but you're going to pay $500 because you go into the benefit gig. How did they find additional benefit tickets? What, did they just make the table bigger or something? Hell if I know. An additional handful of tickets have become available. From what? Hell if I know, but there you go. So if you're so desperate to get into BlizzCon that you're willing to pay $500, well, at least you know, most of that's going towards charity, so I suppose it's fairly worthwhile. Then some more tickets will be available for the benefit dinner on June the 8th, but aside from that, BlizzCon is needless to say sold out. I believe it's sold out in about 25 minutes. Which is, of course, the reason that they will continue to raise the prices over and over and over again, because people will keep paying it over and over again. Admittedly, this year's BlizzCon might actually be worthwhile. I'm fairly sure I have an invite, but I don't think I'll be going. Takes up too much time, and plus getting back into the States at the moment for me is a little difficult. Working on it, but still. Yes, the wonders of the US legal system. Some people don't know about that, but I'm certainly not going to go into detail about it. It's not really worth repeating. So, retarded flying lion. It's Mind Flame so blatantly called it. Wonder where they got that idea from. Yes, I would never call one of those store-bought mounts some kind of retarded horse, for instance. No, we wouldn't do that. I don't know why people aren't more angry about it. I think people just don't care anymore. I was mad as hell, and I wasn't going to take it anymore, and I decided, hey, I'm mad as hell, I'm not going to take it anymore, and then I just quit. I'm like, right. Well, what now? A lot of people, an awful lot of people, just don't seem to care that they're doing things like this. Why? Why, oh why, oh why do they not care? I do not know. I don't have a clue, folks. Not a clue. But I care. I just like the fact that Blizzard is milking huge amounts of money from something so minor that, in fact, should, and I do mean should, be going into time giving items to people that are actually playing the game and subscribing, not those who are willing to pay the extra. I under no circumstances will agree with purchasing virtual items from World of Warcraft in any way, shape, or form. It's unreasonable. That kind of thing should be available in the game. It should be earnable within the game. Hell, if you're going to go down that route, you might as well go a full free-to-play with optional subscription model, kind of like DDO has. I find DDOs to be less unreasonable. But at least there, pretty much everything that you can buy in the store, you can also earn in-game. That's nice. Like, oh, I'd kind of like this hat. I bought a top hat earlier with turbine points. Admittedly, those points I actually got with my subscription for free, so it's not like I was really paying for it. But hey, it's also a free-to-play game. Different rules apply. It's just hard to get angry about this because it's just the latest in a long line of horrendous changes that Blizzard insists on putting into this game. Oh my. And the sad thing is, people keep buying it. You gotta wonder why Blizzard actually do this over and over again. It's usually because, one, you're not gonna annoy enough people to make them quit. I mean, who is really gonna quit over retarded flying lion? Nobody. It's not gonna happen. People get annoyed by it, certainly, but it's not enough for them to cancel their subscription and say, oh, I'm really annoyed about retarded flying lion. And then thinking, oh, but I put so much time into my character. I just, I don't like what Blizzard's doing, but I can't justify it, but my friends and the rating, and I'm unhappy, but I don't want to quit. It's not an addiction, folks. It's not an addiction, but still, you can see why people would think that way. Don't want to quit. Don't want to quit. And it's fair, really. Can you blame people? I don't think quitting over a retarded flying lion is actually reasonable, honestly. It does represent something. I think if your principles were that strong, then yeah, you should quit over it. For instance, my principles mostly surround raiding and the difficulty of content. And to me, a game like this must be challenging in a certain way, and it mustn't be constantly moving the goalposts. And also, it's like kind of quitting while I'm ahead, really. Because these changes to me represent the fact that Blizzard is giving in on certain matters, and it's only going to get worse. So why stick around? Why give them any more of my money? And yeah, one subscription doesn't matter to them. They're not going to notice, but still, it comes down to principles, doesn't it? And the question is, do you have strong enough principles to say that absolutely everything within this game should be part of the subscription fee? Because I believe that it should, pretty much. Things like faction transfer, things like the ability to transfer to different realms. Those should be part of the sub fee, and indeed, I'm not the only person that believes that. Tryon Worlds believes the same thing with Rift. They are willing to allow you to transfer, and they just have a cooldown on it, and it's like, hey, you know what? You can transfer. An ideal system to me for that kind of thing would be transfer on a cooldown, but pay money to reset that cooldown. It's like, well, you can get free transfers, no problem at all, that service is in place, but if you're going to be ridiculous about it, then you're going to have to pay for it. I think that would be a very reasonable thing. I think giving people maybe one free transfer every, say, 1 or 2 months would be a good idea. It would be a very good idea. And they say, well, if you want to transfer again, if you screwed it up, and it's your fault, well, you're going to have to pay it for it. And there you go. Regardless of the fact that this system is effectively free to maintain right now and doesn't require any kind of intervention at all from a person. I know this because I'm pretty sure that the GMs are not quick enough to transfer your entire character in 15 seconds. And I've seen it done. It's all automated these days, folks. Might not have been when it first opened up, but it certainly is now. But people will keep paying for it, and in the case of faction transfer and things like that, and realm transfer, it's essential. So if you were, say, Blizzard, and you turned around and said, well, there's clearly support for our faction transfer system because people keep paying for it. No, they're paying for it in spite of the fee. You know, they need to transfer. So they're transferring in spite of the fee, not because of the fee, and certainly not because they're okay with the fee. It's the lesser of two evils. It's like, what am I okay with? Am I okay with spending $15 to $20 on a service that really should be incorporated into my subscription fee and cost Blizzard absolutely nothing? Am I okay with that, or am I okay with just sticking around in this realm where I'm not having any fun? Yes, it's the lesser of two evils, and sometimes you have to swallow your pride in that regard if you want to keep playing the game. To me, things like retarded flying lions certainly do not help. Why would they? They certainly don't enthuse me about the game. And what annoys me, I think, more than that, is that you do actually have lots of people paying for it. There was a queue on the servers. I kid you not. There was a queue to buy retarded flying lion. Why? Why were people doing this? Cat wishes to leave my room. It's telling me this by clawing my furniture to pieces. Out! Retarded flying cat. Is what's going to be happening in a minute, that I can guarantee. Then the animal cruelty people come along and say, Total Biscuit, you can't throw your cat around like that. And I say, I do not care. It's a retarded flying cat. To be fair, that's actually what it is, isn't it? It's a lion. Retarded flying cat. There we go. Why not? It also, handily enough, has the same acronym for Ragefire Chasm. There you go. Retarded flying cat. It could have Razorfen Crawl, if you like. Retarded flying kitty. It works. This is your fault. Not specifically you, but it's the player base's fault. It's the player base's fault after they showed Blizzard, without question, that they would pay millions of dollars. $100 million. I can't remember how much this actually made. I need to go and look, because it made a ludicrous amount of money. It really, really did. Celestial Steed. I want to know how much this actually caused. It made huge amounts of money. This is actually like an article here. Is Celestial Steed good value for money? No, you idiot! Why would you even post that? Good lord. Let's see. Aha. It made $2 million in 4 hours. I'm seeing articles here claiming it's made over $10 million. Sellers' numbers indicate total stock of ponies should net Blizzard around $10 million, while Whitaker's estimates range at $125 million total. When they actually ran out of stock of these things. How do you run out of stock in a virtual item? Apparently you can. There you go. Yep, got numbers here. Generates over $3.5 million in 24 hours. The queue for the Celestial Steed on the 15th of April was over 140,000 people. 140,000 people want Sparkle Pony. That retarded horse. And then, of course, there was a big queue for retarded flying cat as well. It's your fault. A large number of people, without a shadow of a doubt, declared with their wallets the most powerful declaration that they are okay with this. They are happily willing to purchase this thing. Don't get me wrong, it's got a nicer model, it's got a custom effect than, say, Sparkle Pony did, which was a reskinned Invincible, using the texture from a boss that the vast majority, if not all of them, maybe bar one person, I think I know one Insidia member who's no doubt seen Algernon, and is it Algernon or Algalon? I can never get it right. Who has actually seen that boss, and he has a Sparkle Pony, and you know, we all make mistakes. I'll forgive him for it. But yes, textured with a boss that those people would never see because they're not good enough. And that's what sealed the fate of the game, really, didn't it? I think that's what keeps sealing the fate of the game. The fact that people with a more powerful voice than innumerable threads on the forums ever could will happily turn around and say, we're okay with this. We're alright with it. It's fine. It's not a problem. Here, take my money. Take my money. Take $25 that could have been spent on a good game. Give me this reskinned horse, or give me this flying cat. I'm okay with this. You know what my prediction is? In a month, nobody's riding the damn things. You know what happened with that retarded horse? Everyone in the first couple of days was riding these things, and then people immediately realized, oh god, I look like an idiot. Blizzard's ultimate trolling effort. They made you pay to make you look stupid. And now I barely see anyone on those damn things. So there you go. Congratulations. $25 for transitory glory. Disgraceful. My name is Total Biscuit. You are listening to Blue Police right here on CircleBread.com. When we come back after the break, talking a little bit about DDO. Once again, lessons that WoW could learn from this particular title. In the meantime, I'm thinking we play some more music. Why would we not, more to the point? Why would we not? I'm gonna be a typo negative. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm liking that idea. It's called Life is Killing Me. I'll be right back after this. Enjoy.